Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and I was always told I had a voice for radio, so today I'm bringing you a game from the Blackpool Regional Championships. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, regionals have started again in the UK, and they are in the expanded format. Now, Breakpoint is legal at this tournament, so we are in the format of black and white to Breakpoint. The games are 50 minutes, best of 3, and I should say a huge thank you to Stephanie J and Blackpool Card Group for putting on this regional and allowing us to record. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have these lovely videos to show you. So as always, sit back, grab yourself a nice beverage and enjoy this game from Blackpool Expanded Regionals. Black and white to Breakpoint, 50 minutes, best of 3. Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and I was always told I had a voice for radio, and today I am bringing you round 6 from the Blackpool Regional Championship. It is expanded. We've got Tamao on the right. He's playing Yveltal. He starts with a toad. He plays a laser. He attaches an energy, and he does not look like he's got a very good hand at all. So it looks like he's going to have to go ahead and, wow, he's got a float stone on the toad. And he's got a Darkrai, but he chooses to just pass. So, and on the left, we have got Luke Williams. He is also playing Darkrai. So Tamao gets the poison marker on the Shaman. Luke doesn't start brilliantly with a Shaman, but Luke gets an Ultra Ball with 2 Dark Energy. Now that's really good, of course, because these Dark decks play the trainer card, the item card Dark Patch, which allows you to attach a Dark Energy from your discard to one of your bench Dark Pokemon. So, playing an Ultra Ball to get a Pokemon, good. And having Dark Energy in the discard, good. There was a tiny little blip there. I had to record this as 2 halves of the video. I say halves, one of them's 1 minute long. The rest of it's a fair bit longer. So we got 2 Yveltal decks here. Now they've been made a little bit differently. Tamao is focusing on the Fright Knight. Oh, and there's a Dark Patch right away. And it looks like a Sycamore here getting rid of, what are those 2 cards? He was a little bit quick for us there. But it looked like 2 of the same card. Now, it looks like he's got has he got Reverse Valley in hand there? That would be quite useful to put down. I'm not entirely, no, I did. It looks like a Reverse Valley. Now, the good thing about Reverse Valley is, as far as I am aware, although I've never actually checked this with a judge, if you put down a Reverse Valley so your Dark Pokemon do 10 more damage, your opponent can't then put down a Reverse Valley in the other direction. Now, both of these players are playing Reverse Valley, which allows your Dark Pokemon to do 10 more damage, and Luke has got one in hand there. Essentially, the first one to put it down gets the extra damage. Oh, but he's not actually playing it. He's using it as fodder for his Ultra Ball so that he can grab a Darkrai. So there's an interesting play. Of course, that Darkrai gives all of Luke's Pokemon free retreat when they have a Dark Energy attached. So what he may be doing here is attaching a Dark Energy to Shaman so that he can retreat it so that he can attack with Yveltal. Which, not the worst plan ever, quite frankly. Although now, if Tamao puts his stadium down, that means Tamao's Pokemon are doing 10 more damage, and Luke's will not. And like I say, Luke isn't going to be able to replace that stadium, so his Pokemon do 10 more damage. Now, it looks like he's got a Dark Patch off the Trainer's Mail there. Trainer's Mail lets him look at the top 4 cards of his deck, find a Trainer card, and put it in his hand. No, he's just got on a Sycamore for next turn. So a decent start here from Luke. Now, I know Luke is playing a very speed-focused list. I played Luke earlier this tournament, and I lost to Luke earlier this tournament. So he's got a Fighting Fury bout on that baby Yveltal. So he does 40 damage, 30 for Oblivion Wing plus 10 for the Fighting Fury bout. And he has 170 HP. Now, Tamao does not have much of a hand here. Now, he does hit heads on the Hypnotoxic Laser to put the Yveltal to sleep, and he's going to be able to do Quaking Punch for 30 damage, and that should be on 40 because of the 10 for poison, and Tamao's called it there. And Luke is now trainer locked. That means, or item locked. It used to be trainer, now it's item locked. The terminology changed a couple of years ago. So Luke cannot play any item cards from his hand. So we see a Max Elixir in Luke's hand there. That allows him to look at the top 6 cards of his deck, grab a basic energy and put it on one of his benched basic Pokemon. But he can't play that because he is trainer locked. If he wasn't trainer locked and he hit an energy off that, he could actually have free energy on that Darkrai on turn 2. Now, he's already got one energy that he just manually attached, and he's got an energy because when Yveltal does that Oblivion Wing, he does 30 damage, and he attaches a dark energy to one of his bench Pokemon. But he can't use a max elixir. No, he's got 2 energy on that Darkrai. Now here we see just another attack. Now, one of the things that a lot of people don't always realise, Yveltal's Oblivion Wing is not an optional thing. If you have a dark energy in your discard pile, you have to attach it to one of your bench Pokemon. So Tamao here, he's benching that Darkrai just because it's going to be KO'd, or the Seismitoad is going to be KO'd this turn. This is not a very good game for Tamao, and quite frankly, it doesn't look like Tamao's going to win this game. The good news is it looks like he's going to lose this game very quickly, giving him a potential opportunity to get in a couple of games where he can, take it back from Luke and, win games 2 and 3. It is a best of 3 series after all. So Luke gets a second energy on that bench on the Breakpoint Darkrai. Now, Breakpoint Darkrai is a new one. He hits for, shall we say, a fair bit of damage. He does more damage for every dark energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So, to be exact, actually, he does 20 damage for 2 energy, plus 20 for each dark energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So he's got 4 dark energy down. So he's actually doing 100 damage. No, 5 energy, I can't count. So 100 damage plus the 20 base is 120 damage for 2 energy. And when that Darkrai gets KO'd, Luke will still have 4 energy on the field. So Tamao doesn't have too much, but he hits a Colress. He uses a double colourless energy to manually retreat that Darkrai, paying a retreat cost of 2 for the Yveltal, so that he hasn't actually done anything yet. Now, it looks like Luke's actually just drawn a card, which is a little bit cheeky, because it's not his turn yet. Tamao hasn't actually ended his turn. Now, I should remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that, in these games, it's easy to be confused, and we're on stream here. Now we're in round 6. We're getting very close to Top Cut, and we are on stream here. That adds a little bit of... And then he goes to take a card, but Tamao tells him, hang on a second, you have already drawn for your turn. He just didn't bother putting it back on his deck, which makes perfect sense. Luke is a lovely chap, ladies and gentlemen. Luke is not the kind of person that would cheat. I know him personally. He is a lovely, lovely chap, a very nice guy, and he uses Trainer's Mail here. And again, he gets to look at the top 4 cards and pick an item card and, pop it into his hand. Luke is not the kind of chap that would cheat. It's very much a case of, we're playing on stream, we're close to Top Cut. It is a nerve-wracking thing at times, so please do not judge anybody harshly. We see things like this on stream all the time, and the honest answer is, well, it's going to happen, quite frankly. Sorry for the little video blip there. That does happen occasionally. So, Luke here, he's got the KO. That's not an issue here at this stage. He's got now 6 energy down. That's 120 damage, plus the 20 base is 140. Now he plays a max elixir, he hits an energy, and you see there, he's actually got a second energy on that bench Darkrai. This Breakpoint Darkrai is very, very fast. It gets energy down incredibly quickly. It hits, and he's got another max elixir. And he's got an energy from that as well. So you see here, he's just popping a load of energy down. And one of the beautiful things about this Breakpoint Darkrai is that you can just put a whole bunch of energy on all your Pokemon. And then you're doing a whole bunch of damage. And then when you're attacking, when your Darkrai goes down, you only lose 2 of your energy. And that's pretty gosh darn cool. That's a very nice thing. It means that you can get, Luke's got 2 Darkrai there. So it means that, and he does lose an energy here, but remember he can Dark Patch it later. It means that you're actually in a position where you can get, when this Darkrai in the active goes down, he'll still have a bench Darkrai with enough energy and a whole bunch of energy on the field. Now it looks like he's got 7 energy. Now this is not a KO. Oh no, I'm lying to you. There's 8 energy total, which is 160. Add the 20 base, will get the KO. Am I? So we've got 2 on the active, and 2 on the other Darkrai, and 2 on the other Darkrai is 6. 1 on the Yveltal, and 1 on the Yveltal is 8, plus the 20 base, yes. So we are talking 180 damage. 8 energy, plus the 20 base is 180. Very much like Yveltal EX's attack, except instead of energy attached to both active Pokemon, it's dark energy attached to all of your Pokemon. And this is how Luke has built his deck. It is designed for speed. Now, we see he didn't have the most explosive turn 1 ever, but look how much energy Luke's got on the field right now. And at this stage, Tamao must be wondering what he can actually do here. Now, what's going to happen here, and VS Seeker for a Lysander, and Luke takes the game. What Tamao was hoping for there was to have Luke get a KO, end him to 1, so that Tamao gets a hand of 6, Luke gets a hand of 1, and then Mount to come back using that Yveltal EX. He was too far behind. So a couple little shout-outs while we're between games. Firstly, thank you very much to everyone at Blackpool Card Group, and Stephanie J especially. Not only did they allow us to record, but as I've said in my previous videos, they made it very, very easy for us to record. They set us a little table up, and they gave us a little bit of space, and just really, really helpful. They're the reason I can get these videos, commentate, and pop them up, so huge thank you to those people. And of course, you'll see again that we have a mat made by Helen Beale, Miss Fiddlesticks. I will pop a link to her. And we saw this back in round 1 or 2 from this tournament, same Matt in fact. I'll pop a link to her Facebook group in the comments. Same deal as before. Send her a message on Facebook, tell her PTCGRadio sent you. She will give you 10% off your mat or deck box or whatever you choose to order. And again, I want to remind you, I don't give these plugs just because people have come and said. I give plugs to things that are worth plugging. I thank people who help me out. And I give plugs because it's a fantastic mat. Look at it. Now, I'm not actually being paid for this plug. That would be silly. Although Helen is insisting on drawing me a mat because apparently the last time I gave her a shout out on the earlier video from this particular tournament, apparently lots of people got in touch and she sold quite a few mats, which makes me happy because she's a lovely person and her mats are amazing. So yeah. Go her. But seriously, guys, those mats are amazing. Go and order one. Tell her PTCG Radio sent you. You'll get a discount. Life is good. So here, we've got a fairly even matchup with 2 Yveltal decks. Now, one of the things that's good about Tamao's deck, he likes to focus on this Fright Night Yveltal. Now, this does 60 damage for a dark and a double colorless, 60 damage to the active Pokemon, and 60 damage to one of your opponent's benched EXs. And Tamao can use that to spread a whole bunch of damage around and take multiple prizes. We saw that earlier in the tournament. Oh, now that's not a great turn 1 from Tamao. That's not a great opening hand. But hopefully he'll top deck something. He'll see something. Luke, oh my goodness. That is not a good opening hand at all. It doesn't have any energy. He's got Laser Verbank. I mean, at this stage, he's almost kind of hoping he flips heads on tails, and he has. He's going to kind of have to hope that Luke... Oh, and Luke wakes up again. Now, we see Tamao actually plays one of those Max Elixir cards as well. He is going for speed, but... Oh, and there goes the Burbank City Gym. But whereas Luke is focusing on that Breakpoint Darkrai, getting a whole bunch of damage on the field and smashing, we see a Sycamore from Luke, and that's pretty good. Couple of energy in the discard means that Dark Patch will do some good. Tamao, and I don't have his exact list, but when I chatted to Tamao earlier in the tournament, he told me that he's very much a fan of that Fright Night Yveltal, and that was the main focus of his deck. So we get an energy on all... we can't have an energy on the Yveltal. He has, of course, already attached an energy in this particular game. So, yeah, that happened. So, is that a Max Elixir in his hand, or is it a... No, it looks like a Fighting Fury belt. I mean, that will give that Darkrai 220 HP. Now, the reticence here essentially comes from the fact that he gets a Trainer's Mail for 5 cards. You're not allowed... Now, the speed... And what Tamao's basically saying here is, look, that was very, very quick. Because here's the thing, that card could have been, Now, I'm sure you can go back and pause it and you can see if Luke put the right card back on his deck or not. That's not the point, ladies and gentlemen. The point is, and I hope they're going to call a judge over. The point is, it could have been any card. It's absolutely possible that Luke took a card and then put a different card on the top of his deck. Tamao has no way of knowing that. It was a fast action. Again, I am not accusing Luke of any impropriety here. We have all drawn an extra card off an Airn, a Sycamore, a Train, and there comes a judge. A Trainer's Mail, etc. It is unfortunate and annoying, but these things happen, ladies and gentlemen. Again, we've all made mistakes, and when you're in a high-pressure game, very close to top cut, these are two highly performing players in round 6 out of 7, and they know they're being recorded, and they know they've got some mouthy Cornish boy who is going to be recording commentary over and judging them on everything they do. So do spare a thought. It is easy to make mistakes. And as I've said, I can vouch for Luke personally. He is a lovely, lovely chap, and there is no suggestion from me that he would ever do anything like this. But here's the issue. If you look at 5 cards and then quickly put one back, so a more nefarious person could draw the 5th card and go, oh, that's the card I actually want. Oh, sorry, I've drawn 5. Put one of the other ones back, and then that's a little bit of a problem. So, now, to be honest, it's only an issue here if Luke really wants that acro bike, because there's 2 max elixir there. But it is, it is a potential issue here, because like I say, I'm going to be honest, I missed it actually. It happened too fast. You can go back and you can look at the video in slow motion and go frame by frame, and you can figure out if Luke did in fact put the 5th card back on the top of his deck. But that's not the point. The point is, unless Tamao saw it, he doesn't know. There's no way of knowing. Now, it looked like Tamao was... I don't know the exact ruling on this. I know the way it's been ruled for me in the past is that a random card gets put back. And, yeah, a random card gets put back on top of the deck. And then you go from there. And it looks like that's what's going to happen. That's all. Now, I don't know if this is a correct ruling. I must be honest. I'm usually pretty good on rulings. I can only tell you how it's been ruled. I haven't actually looked it up, but it looks like what the judge is doing. Generally, when a player draws one too many card, they'll get a warning for not playing it properly. And then, as is happening here, a random card will be popped on top of the deck. And then a random card will be popped on top of the deck. And then... it goes from there. Now, this hasn't gained Luke any advantage here, because we know that there were 2 max elixirs in those 5 cards, so he definitely hasn't taken an extra 5th card that has given him any advantage, because he must have had a max elixir in the opening 4. So the good news is, silly mistake, but it's worked out quite nicely. The bigger issue here is, what is Tamao going to do? Oh, and he's got an energy straight away there, which is good. Luke will be playing an increased number of energy in this deck, so his chances of hitting energy off that max elixir will be increased. Right now, I'm assuming Luke's thinking, why can that not be a breakpoint Darkrai? Because that's clearly the Darkrai he really wants. But he doesn't have a breakpoint Darkrai, so it is irrelevant. Now, might I remind you, ladies and gentlemen, this is Luke's very first turn of the game. He's got free energy on the field. Free energy on the field, turn 1. And it looks like he's got a max elixir in hand. Although there is an argument at this stage that really he wants to pile energy onto a breakpoint Darkrai. Is he going turn 1 Night Spear? He hasn't got it off that max elixir. And to be fair, he'd need another energy as well there. And that is asking quite a lot. But that's one of the things this Dark deck can do. It can actually get a turn 1 Night Spear. It can get free energy on Darkrai turn 1 to get a turn 1 Night Spear. Now, you'll need something like a Dark Patch or 2 max elixir, or even a Dark Patch max elixir energy, or any combination thereof. And, of course, both Dark Patch and Max Elixir can only be played if he's on the bench. So you're going to need some way of getting the active out of the active so that you can get the Darkrai into the active. But it's still pretty gosh darn good. So Yveltal goes into the active here. Remember that Yveltal EX is given free retreat by virtue of Darkrai EX's ability. And then we see 30 damage. And Tamao he has nothing. He's going to have to play that laser and hope for a heads and a tails, because, that does look like a heads. And there goes Verbank City Gym. Now, I don't know if Luke can get the KO this turn. But and he is still asleep, so there is a chance here. There is a chance that he's going to be able to do something. It's not a great chance, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, but there is, he's in a fantastic position, put it that way. He is going to be able to do some smashing quite quickly. Now, I might be missing something here. I'm a little confused why the Caldeo's got 4 damage counters, because I believe there was just 1 Oblivion Wing for 30, and if a laser was played, then the Caldeo should be on more than 40 damage by now. But it looks like he's taken 40 damage from a 30 damage Oblivion Wing. Okay, we see another trainer's mail from Luke here. He's only taken 4 this time. That is good. If I'm missing something obvious with the Caldeo, please do correct me in the comments. I shan't be offended. And we see another Max Elixir coming down. So Luke is going to try and get another energy attachment. Now, he hasn't actually got a KO yet. That Yveltal EX is only hitting for 60. Darkrai with another energy will be hitting for 100. He's not poisoned yet. But is he going to hit? He's not having a huge amount of luck off the Max Elixirs. Having said that, I don't think Luke is in a position to be complaining about luck, given how, I'm going to say it, atrociously Tamal has been drawing. No Ultra Ball, no Shaman, no supporters. Well, unless you count the AZ that to play it would end the game. And I'm not counting that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be honest with you. I am not counting that. I don't think that's a very good supporter to be playing. Going to be honest. Just putting it out there. So we do see an AZ to pick up the Shaman. Now, we have got a Caldeo and a Dark Energy on the field, so that means that Caldeo can rush in to get rid of the poison, take advantage of Darkrai EX's Dark Cloak to free retreat. Now, here's an interesting thing. Luke doesn't have a Breakpoint Darkrai down. Now, we saw in the previous game, he was Luke's main attacker. So and he's now got a full bench. So until something gets knocked out or he plays an AZ, he's not actually going to be able to put a Breakpoint Darkrai down, and that's what he's going to really want in order to take a whole bunch of damage. So now we've got 100 damage on the Caldeo, although that Yveltal just did Oblivion Wing for... Unless I'm missing something, I might be missing something really obvious. But I'm sure that Yveltal did Oblivion Wing for 30, and then 60 damage from the Oh my goodness, if he's got an energy, he's got the game. And there's the energy. Evil Ball for 80 damage gets the win. Even if the damage was wrongly calculated and it should have been on 90, he'd go up to 170, that would still be the KO. So, I'm not sure about the damage, but it doesn't really matter, to be honest. I'm sure he did Oblivion Wing for 30, but correct me in the comments, I probably got something wrong. Be nice about Luke's little indiscretions, ladies and gentlemen. These things are easy to do. Now you know the deal. There is a like button. You should click it. If you like it and you click that like button, then I will be very happy indeed. That will make me a happy guy. Scott, if you're watching, I appreciate you've been liking my videos lately. Makes me feel good. Click it again. Why not? This is just for you, Scott. Everyone else has already clicked it. You, Scott, this is your time. Click that like button. Feel proud. And, of course, comment if you want to call me an idiot or I've made a silly mistake. And subscribe. And if you've already subscribed, find a friend to subscribe as well. Spread the PTCGRadio love. And I should say, check out my Pokémon videos. I've been putting up some Pokémon videos lately, and I think they're pretty gosh darn good. And I think if you gave them a go, you just might enjoy them. I am going to be back very shortly with the 7th and final round from Blackpool Regionals. But don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, I've got 6 rounds recorded from Norwich Regionals. And we've got a lovely video about Dark-style decks coming in the future as well. And more Pokémon videos, of course. So keep coming back. It's going to be wonderful. As always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Look after yourselves till next time. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.